Hello and welcome to the On the Slate Movie Podcast. We are your hosts, Wesley,
Jason,
and Asher.
And on the slate for today, we're going to be deep diving the latest MCU movie, Fantastic Four: First Steps, to finish off our summer of superhero movies that we have been doing. So let's get to it. So yeah, like I just said, we're going to be deep diving Fantastic Four: First Steps. We saw it in theaters last week. I've seen it twice, actually. So was Jason.
Yeah.
We saw it together twice because we're just that good friends.
Both times.
But the
Jason
second time we were on
taken.
opposite ends, though. We needed some space.
No,
there was
seriously.
other people.
We had like 4 people between us the second time.
Yeah. We needed the space big time.
I can never get between y'all when we're in the theater.
So this is now the...
Well, no, but anyways.
Yeah, we always need to make sure Asher sits between us.
That doesn't happen. I mean, I usually sit between us.
Oh, okay. Well, we should change that then. So this is the 37th movie now.
Wow.
In the MCU. That's crazy. It's the last one we're going to get for a whole year until Spider-Man Brand New Day. Is that what it's called? Brand New Day comes out. So, and we don't get another superhero movie until like maybe Supergirl next summer.
Good.
So we're going to have a break. I think we're ready for a break, honestly.
Ready? Yeah.
We've been talking about Man of Steel, Superman, Fantastic Four. We talked about Thunderbolts. Yeah, we've been superheroed out.
From May to now, it's been...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thankfully, all these movies have been pretty solid, though. So, but before we get started, Asher is going to shout out a comment we received recently.
So Jason told me we got a comment, excuse me, on our episode 20 episode, the Jaws episode. And it's from Conley Wilkinson. He commented on YouTube saying, "I'm all for a Treasure Planet episode, one of the most amazing renditions of Treasure Island, while also being maybe one of Disney's most underrated animations, a true animation marvel." And that was said because I had brought up Treasure Planet. For some reason, I know I mentioned it because we tied it into something that we were talking about, but...
It might have something to do with animation.
Yeah. I strongly agree with your comment, Conley.
Yeah.
It's a great animated film. I do think it is overlooked a lot, especially hearing... Like, I listened to a podcast that dove into like the history of its opening and realizing that there were kind of different factors that led to it not being as much of a success as it could have been. So I really like the film, and yeah, I think it's worth a watch for anyone who wants to like expand their animation horizon. It's a great film. So thank you for that comment.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Continue to reach out. YouTube
Comment
and stuff.
more, please.
Yeah, if you comment, you get to be featured.
We've
Possibly.
passed 50 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not saying we're famous folks.
53.
But we're getting there.
I mean, we've already
53.
been yelled at the movie theater. Granted, it was Jason's brother, but
Yeah,
Your friends when we went to go see Revenge of the Sith.
oh yeah,
They
that
were
was a
like-
fun crew.
They were like, "Hey, it's the
so on the
I know
Slate
who you are."
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, we're grateful for all the comments, and every episode we're going to try to shout people out. So
Yeah, thank you for the love.
thanks for the love. So yeah, let's get into it. Right?
Yeah.
Fantastic Four: First Steps is the 5th movie. That is a Fantastic Four.
There's an unreleased one.
There's the 80s one, right?
Yeah, that's
The TV,
that's unreleased.
that was the
unreleased.
made for TV one.
I don't know if it was that. It was just never released until recently. They've showed.
Okay.
Then there's
The two with
the 2 foxes
and then
and then Fan Stick.
So this is number 5 officially. Fantastic Four 5.
The 5th Fantastic Four.
This was directed by Matt Shackman, who is Emmy nominated for directing episodes of Game of Thrones and also directing WandaVision. So he has a TV background. So this is a big like movie debut. I don't know if it's his first movie ever, but it's definitely his like breakout movie directorial role. So yeah, I think he did a good job directing the film. Obviously, the cast has been well covered at this point. Pedro Pascal, who plays every character in every movie, basically, at this point. He plays Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Sue Storm, Invisible Woman's played by Vanessa Kirby, who has been in things recently like Napoleon, I think. I feel like she's been in a few other
She's
things.
been in the Mission Impossibles. Not the
Really?
most recent one, but the two previous,
Okay.
Fallout and
Yes, that's right.
Dead Reckoning.
She was like kind of evil, I think.
Yeah. She was like a arms dealer or something.
Yeah. Something behind the scenes. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, played by Joseph Quinn, known for Stranger Things. Also recently been in A Quiet Place Day 1 and Gladiator 2.
Warfare.
And Warfare. That's right. And then Ben Grimm is played by Yvonne Moss-Bachrach, who was in The Punisher.
Yeah, already in the MCU.
That is true.
The Netflix Punisher.
Yeah, he played
That's the
Micro.
only one. Actually,
Micro, which was like Punisher's like sidekick, I guess, or kind of like his team up buddy.
They kind of hated each other.
They hated each other for a while. It was a good show, but and he also is in the show Bear.
Never seen it, though.
which is really
Not
popular.
the Bear.
I think it's just called Bear.
Or the Bear. I'm not sure.
The cooking show.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in that. Oh,
So yeah, it's a pretty heavy star-studded cast. Also, Ralph Ineson plays
Ralph Ineson, yeah.
He plays Galactus, the enemy, and Julia Garner plays the Silver Surfette. That's not what it is. I don't know why I said that. The surfer, Silver
Shalabal.
Surfer.
her name sounds familiar,
So-
but I
Julia
haven't-
Garner. She was in the Ozarks, whatever that Netflix
Okay.
crime show. And then she's in a movie that's coming out called Weapons.
Okay.
And I don't know
she's
what else
done a lot
been
of horror things. Like she's done Wolfman. Well, maybe she's done 2 horror things.
Okay.
So and she's done a lot of TV as well. She's like an Emmy winner. She's won for
in. It might have been for Ozark.
Ozark. Yeah, it was for Ozark. So yeah, what do we think about the casting choices? Do you think it translated well to the screen? Do you think they brought? Was there anything that like you didn't like, or do you think they were pretty good fits for these roles?
I think they were pretty good. I think they nailed the casting. I know a lot of people are tired of seeing Pedro Pascal. I don't know. I mean, if you're a good actor, you get roles. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think I don't know. People are like, they do this now. I don't know. Wasn't Brad Pitt cast and everything back in the day? Like I don't.
Matt Damon, I mean,
Like this has always been a thing. Good actors who are handsome dudes,
Chris
they get
Pratt.
casted in a ton of stuff. I liked.
But it's a matter of also like, can the actor find a character for that character?
Well, I think he played a good Reed Richards. I think.
I'm not saying him like I'm not saying
Oh,
he
yeah.
didn't. I'm just saying like that's also something that, if they're casted a lot, you also wonder like, can they also find like the personality for those specific characters?
And I mean, I think Pedro Pascal can do that. I think he's actually like a really good actor. I think it's he's not just being pushed because he's popular. I think he also just does a really good job. I mean, I haven't seen him in anything and thought, man, that was a bad choice.
Yeah.
I've never had that opinion of his. So I think he was a good Reed Richards, but I think Joseph Quinn is like the standout for me.
Okay.
I really liked his performance as Johnny Storm. I feel like Johnny Storm's a really hard character to do without because he kind of in the comics kind of sucks sometimes. And then also, no offense to Chris Evans, but that's not like my favorite type of character. I don't really like to see that kind of it. And I think they did a good job, or Joseph Quinn too. Maybe it's part of the writing, maybe it's also the performance, but of giving him that kind of playboyish qualities, but he's also not like a dirtbag, or self-centered kind of thing.
Is that what they rely heavily on in the comics?
Not always, but there are definitely a lot of versions of Johnny Storm that are like that. With the comics, it's you get good writers and you get bad writers.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same with movies, but yeah, to me, Joseph Quinn And Ralph Ineson. I think Ralph Ineson was, for how little dialogue he had. I mean, his voice was for Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I liked everybody. I don't think anybody was a bad choice at all.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the cast as well. I thought Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. One thing I was like looking for was, I'm familiar the most with Pedro Pascal and his, his acting, and so I wanted to see what he did for Mr. Fantastic. And I think he did it really well. It's kind of like hitting on this character that is like very intellectually smart, yet sometimes struggles relationally.
Mm-hmm.
And because of his intellect, also, it's like he loves the people around him, but there was also kind of like this disconnect sometimes. Like he's trying, it's not like he's doing it on purpose, but he's just so in his world and his thinking that it kind of comes out with what he does, which I thought was really fun when he, what did he do? He had like Herbie building the crib, and he was building something else for doing like a pregnancy test or something. Like little things like that I thought were really cool. And there was also kind of like a subtle quirkiness, like in the way he delivered certain lines that I thought was really nice. I never saw him as like an inadequate leader, but like you also saw that he was very intentional on like the mind behind the team, but he wasn't the only mind. Like it was cool how they were able to accomplish. Everyone had some sort of mental role.
I like how
smart everyone was.
How he, despite being probably the smartest of the four, he still relied on the team.
Yeah.
For making decisions and for coming up with things. I think that's the thing a lot of the other movies miss, is they're not very work as a team as much. Although the second of the Fox movies, I think they work as a team though. But like the first Fox movie, the characters are separated for a lot of that film. They're not even like on the screen at the same time for like the majority of the showtime. And I think that's where this movie, among a million other things, gets it right, is that they're constantly together.
Yeah.
Which was really important, I think, to obviously it's like, oh, it's family. So
yeah.
So I agree with that there. And
yeah. And for the others, I think I really enjoyed. Who played Ben Grimm again? What's his name?
Eben Mossbackrack.
Eben. I'm just going to call him Eben.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed his performance of Ben Grimm. I thought he had like...
I wanted more scenes.
He was so likable, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he felt like your big brother, like someone you can rely on, and he's not going to take things too seriously. But I really liked the emotional depth they tapped on. I think if we get more of him in the future, there's a lot of potential to dive more into his like inner struggles of like not looking the same. Cause I think they tapped on that, and you could tell that he still was embracing who he was, but also struggled with the fact that he didn't look like how he used to look. So I really enjoyed his character. I enjoyed, Johnny Storm. I think for the most part, there were a few scenes where I was wondering if they were trying to make Johnny Storm more, like if they were trying to force him to seem more dumb in this scene than others, but it's only like a handful of times. I still really enjoyed his character. I really enjoyed the dynamics he had with Ben, just like this, kind of playful brotherly relationship I really liked. And then Vanessa Kirby as Mrs. Fantastic, I think was really good as well.
Invisible Woman.
Invisible. Yeah. Sorry. Invisible Woman.
Sorry.
And I like how competent each character was. Like going back to what you said, Jason, they all very much relied on each other because they're a family, but each of them felt very competent. And I like how this movie introduces them to already being who they are. Like I'm very happy it's not technically an origin story. So yeah, I really enjoyed the character performances and just had a good time watching them on screen.
Yeah, I think you guys bring up a lot of great points. I really think that the character I think that gets the most attention is Reed Richards. He does kind of seem like if you had to pick a lead, like he would be it, right? And that makes sense because he is the leader of the group. He's very. What I liked about his character is he tries to be in control of everything. Like he feels like he has to like always know what to do. Mm-hmm. And I think the movie does a good job of like trying to get himself to release himself of that, and like trust his wife more. You know, because I think he was like, it's my responsibility to make sure that our son is okay. Mm-hmm. It's my responsibility to do all these tests. And I think Pedro Pascal does a good job of kind of playing a like high functioning human being in that way, like a really, really like above, like he's obviously intellectually gifted, like, more so than any other human. And I think in the comics, like he is like the smartest man in the universe. Like
he's usually like the smartest person in Marvel, or
like pound for pound, he's like smarter than Tony Stark, Peter Parker, like not that those other guys aren't, but yeah. So he's kind of like, I think he does a good job of playing that character, but also he doesn't shy away from the more emotional moments. I think he's a pretty well put together person in the sense of like he knows when to release control. Maybe sometimes it's a little too late, but I think also just learning to rely on the others to come up with plans. I think he also doesn't shy away from the more comedic aspects of the role too. I think he kind of brings like some sort of nervous kind of humor. But like, I think it's a way that it kind of grounds him too. Like, I think leaning into those humorous moments helps, ground the character. And I think Pedro Pascal does a good job performing that.
Yeah. I really like the scene of him with Franklin, where it's just him talking to him.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I think that's like, I guess the scene I would point to is like, yeah, he's a pretty good Reed Richards, I think.
Yeah.
I think it kind of captures a lot of what this version of the character and this type of Reed Richards is, where he's like you said, where he's like, he knows when to let go. Even if it's a little bit too late, he still knows that it's, to let go of his fears in this case about like what may or may not be wrong with Franklin, if there's anything wrong with him.
Yeah.
And trying to like control it, I guess.
Yeah. And that makes sense for an origin story, or sorry, a movie that's not an origin story.
Yeah.
Because I mean, these guys are adults that are like they're like the smartest human beings on the planet. Like, it's nice to see them have like a good level of maturity to their characters.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the subtle, like, oh, they're imperfect in these ways, but you can also see like where they're coming from. And I think, I really think Reed Richards drives that kind of thought that I'm having. Like, he really leads the way in that. The conversation, I mean, just the brief little joke of Johnny Storm telling him, it was the Thing. He was saying like, aren't you going to go to your lab and like start freaking out? He's like, oh, I have that scheduled for later.
Yeah.
Like, that was just that was funny. And it was also like,
okay, that's a real like thing he actually did.
I'm glad that Reed is like laughing about the situation, even though you can tell he's like stressed, so, and also the conversation he had with his wife when he was like considering the idea of, oh, by the way, spoilers, considering the idea of like sacrificing his son to Galactus, like he didn't want to, obviously, but he thought, he was like, well, technically it kind of does make sense. Like, the ruthless calculus type thing. And then like his conflict with his wife, and which brings me to her. I think she is a very like, she kind of wears her heart on her sleeve kind of character, but also I think she is like grounded and mature too. I think she's able to use that like warm affection to her advantage. And I think, I really think that she she really just loves like her son that much, and was like
Yeah.
so confident like that they can find a solution.
Yeah.
She's not like, she doesn't feel like desperate. She feels like confident. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have a plan right now, but we can do this. And Reed, like, I need you to like
Lock in.
I need you to
Yeah.
lock in, you know,
I
like
liked that.
you don't need to come up with a perfect plan right now, but like, I need you to at least be confident that we can figure this out. And so I thought that was a good scene. I don't know if there's a whole lot of like follow up on that scene after that, like that argument, but maybe there was. I just had to think about it more. But
Well, she goes outside and like
They have that talk
confronts
out in the night
oh yeah,
city.
yeah, okay, yes,
Which I also liked I liked the maturity they were able to establish with their marriage too. Like, and you get a sense for that right from the get go. Like, the first scene is them in the bathroom, and she reveals that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And what I really liked is that Reed Richards wasn't this cowardly husband. Like, you saw that he still knew, even with his like intellect, and even if that might affect how he can have relationships with people, you saw that he still loved his wife and that he was able to have like a mature relationship, because that's something we haven't really seen yet. I think especially in the Fox movies, they portrayed more of this like
they're just meeting, or they.
yeah
Well, I think in Fenn Forsythe they're just meeting, and then in the Fox movies they were dating before the events of the movie and had broken up, and then
Yeah.
are seeing each other for the first time again at the start of the movie.
yeah
It's like a new relationship, quote unquote.
and he was never like forward about
Yeah.
being in a relationship, and she struggled with that. So like
yeah,
seeing him as like a mature husband in a way, and seeing her as a mature wife, and seeing this relationship already exist, I really enjoyed that.
yeah. I had, which makes me confident that like the Fantastic Four is like a good group of heroes to be at the forefront of like these Avengers movies coming up. So I think that they're just heroes that you would want at the forefront of
Yeah.
things, you know. And even like Johnny Storm, I think they tone him down a little bit in terms of like his, you know, I'm just an insane human being that only cares about women, and like I'm dumb, and like there are those moments in there where like, you know, he does, you know, he is very like fun in a sense, like, you know, he says I love beautiful women, and like he straight up says that in the movie,
In third person.
but like and they joke about him being dumb, but I think the movie also establishes that that's kind of just a joke. Like, he's actually really capable, he's really smart, like Pedro Pascal or Reed Richards says that I gathered like the best scientific minds to go on this trip to space, and like one of those was Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
So like he clearly is smart, and he's like able to decode translate
Yeah.
the entire language. So clearly
not the entire language. He said a portion of
a
it.
portion. Yeah.
The
So
Silver Surfer language.
which is incredibly like difficult to do, especially if you're
Yeah.
like really the only one doing it. So
Yeah, I love that they gave him something to shine in terms of like being a part of helping the plot.
yeah. And like I appreciate like the character moments that introduced too, like his interactions with the Silver Surfer primarily are like his main character moments in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's the obvious like, oh yeah, he's a funny guy, goofy, loves women, having a good time. You already know that about him when he's interacting with the group, but you really see like the softer, like deeper side of his character when he's interacting with Shalabal. And how, and in the scene where he confronts her about like what she's done, and he's like starts to get angry and like confrontational, but then and she like flees to space and he follows her up, and then it's more a peaceful moment. I thought that was a really impressive way to handle that situation.
Yeah.
Maybe that strays from like the character we typically think about, but I do appreciate how each different character like provides a unique way and purpose to like solve what they're doing, and how they all interact. The only character that I feel like kind of gets left behind a little bit is Ben Grimm. And I think you guys talked about that a little bit, but yeah, I feel like I think he's performed well by Eben Moss-Backrack. Like, I think brings that kind of, he's just a peaceful guy who he enjoys a good laugh. He likes to cook. But I feel like they don't really explore. I feel like they probably cut some scenes. It just feels like
They said they cut like 20 minutes or something, including John Malkovich's scenes.
oh, true. John Malkovich was
yeah,
in the
that's right,
movie.
because he had a shot in the trailer.
Yeah.
I was so
Yeah.
interesting. No, I was so interesting. I was so interested to see what happened because I remember I was like, wasn't John Malkovich in the trailer? I didn't see him.
Yeah, but yeah, and I definitely think there was content that was cut, maybe with him, with Ben Grimm, because he does have a little bit of that conflict of like wishing maybe he still was like a normal human with how he looked, and you kind of like get a hint of that. It's not even said; it's just kind of like a little quiet scene where he's looking in a TV reflection or whatever. And then there's the little bit of like budding romance with him and that woman.
Yeah, the teacher.
But that's like it's alluded to and it's shown a little bit, but I feel like him as a character isn't as explored as much as the other ones. Which I think the other three get a lot of like good attention, especially Reed Richards and Invisible Woman. I think that Johnny Storm seems like a proper supporting character. And Ben Grimm, I feel like, is a supporting character that doesn't get as much love, personally.
I think he got good love in the movie, but I'm wondering if they're approaching him as this more steady character that they can rely on that might not have as much to explore at the moment, but maybe like they're setting him up for deeper exploration, maybe in a sequel or just other movies, given the fact that, they do have they had a lot of ground to cover in this movie. And so I think that might have been another thing that they were trying to balance.
Part of it might also be like, this is like 4 years later. Ben might have like kind of dealt with a lot of his self-doubts. Not, stuff like that isn't something that ever goes away for a person in real life, right? And I think they show that in the movie. But I also think maybe Ben's in a place where he just actually, for the most part, is like just comfortable, like accepts what's happened to him kind of thing. And I don't know. I do agree, though. I feel like I wanted more Ben Grimm. And I'm not saying the movie's like bad because it's not there, but I'm like, it would have been better if it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, maybe he has figured things. Maybe he has come to terms, but again,
like I think maybe he's okay with himself, but maybe he doesn't, maybe he still feels like no one could ever like date him kind of thing. That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. I don't know. I'm reading into things that aren't really explored.
I did think it was cute though, like from a storytelling and character perspective, how after his first interaction with the teacher, whatever he said at the end to be a farewell to her, he was like talking to himself like, oh, why did you say it like that? Like, oh, come on, Ben. Like cringy, cringy to your own self when you are trying to say bye to someone you might like or something. But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So yeah, the movie basically, it starts like with first it's the scene of them like announcing the pregnancy. Figuring out the pregnant. Then it goes into this like
montage,
almost like this TV spot or something.
Yeah, talk show montage.
Yeah, it's
the Ted Gilbert Show.
Yes, that's right. It's like a montage of them doing superhero things, and it felt like a classic, like comic book.
It was so fun,
like TV show or something.
Oh my goodness!
And
so
I thought
fun.
it was really funny. Like each of their superhero personas. I mean, it felt like this culture and the society in this retro futuristic alternate America in the Earth 828. It feels like they are idolizing these heroes and making them into something. And the characters in the movie themselves like are part of that, but I think there's more to them, but yeah, I think it's interesting like how they propped these heroes up as and like they embraced it. Like
Yeah.
the Fantastic Four embraced it in like in a way that didn't feel like they're full of themselves, but it felt like, yeah, people look to us as heroes, so let's be heroes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is, he doesn't really want to say it's clobbering time. He's like, no, that's just the silly thing in the TV show. But yeah, anyway, these people are like incredible, like the most influential human beings on the planet. Like,
Yeah.
they are brokering peace deals. They're making all these public statements. The whole world is like listening to their every word.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the movie really addresses like the nihilist version of like, you know, oh wow, these people are like dangerous and evil, you know, because of the power. No, it's just like, yeah, they're superheroes. The world loves them.
Yeah.
And wants to follow their story.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't feel like a Man of Steel or even like a Superman
Or like regular
thing.
old MCU.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like these people have too much power. Yeah. There are times where the public does question them and their decisions. The crux of the plot essentially is Galactus is coming to like consume the world, because that's what he does. He eats planets. That's just his
Yeah.
character. That's how he feeds. The movie itself doesn't explain him that much. And Reed Richards is kind of like, well, he's kind of unknowable. So maybe that, I don't know if you guys like that explanation, but anyway, so the Fantastic Four, well, he gives the Fantastic Four a decision because the baby of Reed Richards and Sue Storm apparently has some like crazy superpowers. Like they're calling him like, is he like a god? Like, you know, is he this?
Some kind of cosmic interweavings.
Yeah.
The Force Cosmic, the Cosmic what now? What do they call it? Galactus says something specific.
Yeah. I don't know.
The Power Cosmic.
The power cosmic.
They said that in the movie.
And Reed Richards is unable to discover this based on the tests he's doing, but Galactus says no, he's actually hiding this from you. But anyway, he's like, if you give me your kid, he can take over my spot and I won't destroy and consume your world.
Now your kid might, but I won't.
Now, yeah, and
I'm not liable for his
What he does as Galactoid.
hankerings.
so the parents are like, no, you can't have my kid. Like, no way.
Are you insane, giant spaceman?
So then there's, I mean, the pretty cool space scenes. I did like the space scenes, but then they come back and they say, well, actually, we didn't defeat Galactus. They're like, how'd you defeat Galactus? And we're like,
Yeah,
well, we
that was
actually
weighty.
didn't. And I forgot the detail. The Silver Surfer is the one that kind of kicks it all off. She just shows up in like wherever the Fantastic Four are, New York City, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, Galactus is coming to destroy
I
you.
herald
I
your
herald-
end.
I
I
herald-
herald his beginning or something. I don't know.
Or I herald Galactus." Yeah. So then they go somehow trace the Silver Surfer to where the Galactus is, and then that's when that confrontation happens and the ultimatum happens. So then they say no, they have to escape to get back to Earth. And then they have to figure out, how do we stop Galactus from consuming our world without sacrificing our kid? So that's basically the crux of the plot, the entire thing. Yeah. So there's kind of like this first act where they're introductions plus going to space, then coming back. Second act is kind of them like raising the kid, but also coming up with a plan to stop Galactus. And the third act is when Galactus comes and they have to defeat him. So, yeah. What did we think of the story in general? Like, do we think it was like paced well? Do we think there was like any standout scenes or any emotional beats to the movie that really stood out?
Yeah, I think pacing is something that stands out to me because I think it took me a second to kind of wrap my head around the way they were pacing the film, because I think for up until they figure out how to stop Galactus, it seems pretty present time. Like, it doesn't seem like there's a bunch of time jumping. But then when they start to figure out how they can stop Galactus, it seems like a decent amount of time passes, because we even see like seasons change and like the baby gets older, and there's just things, I guess, that feel like time is moving, especially with them building the huge teleportation structures. Like, at first, I didn't really grasp that much time was passing. I was like, oh, like they're just doing it really fast because a lot of people are helping build it. But Lourdes said something after the movie about how like they covered a lot of time as they started to like build the mechanism. I was like,
a
oh,
month, right?
Well, no. So like the Silver Surfer shows up on Halloween. That's pretty clear. And then the next day, because Ben says it'll take them like 16 hours to get their ship up and ready to leave. So November 1st, I guess, is when they leave. When they come back, the news people are saying they are back after a month-long journey. And I'm assuming most of that journey is them flying back because they lose their faster-than-light travel ring. And then from there, some undisclosed amount of time passes before.
I think
so. They come back. They come back like December 1st ish.
Did they not say it would take like about a month because the time dilation that she had in the black hole?
It could be that too.
I think they said it was.
It doesn't matter. It just took a month.
So it took like her an extra month to return to Earth to stop
No, because
destroy the things.
No, because we see her talk to Galactus way before that.
Yeah,
we see her apologizing to Galactus.
I swear, though, I heard them say it was like a month that it would set her back.
Yeah,
because of the black hole.
Well, he said that she would be stuck there for 30 days, but it takes them a month between when they left and when they get back is a month. Too.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She was stuck at the black hole. The Silver Surfer stuck at the black hole for a month. But we see her shortly after the Fantastic Four land apologizing to Galactus. And then she's like, but he's only a child. And he like flicks her.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
Which, by the way, her surfing on the outer particles of the black hole
of the dying star
was so cool. Like she was literally
also, the
surfing.
Music was really good there too.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think the pacing and the timeline's like really like weird in the third act or half the back.
Yeah, the timeline is very confusing, I think.
So it takes them a month to come back from space. We don't know how long between then and when.
And they have to build all the stuff.
Well, there's that time between that when they come back and then when the whole public's angry at them. Sue makes her speech, and that's when Reed comes up with the idea to teleport the Earth. And then they have to build it all. And then when that's done, and we know it's still winter-ish because it's snowing.
Yeah, okay.
But I guess it's New York, so it could be March, right? So they come back early December from space, and the movie ends around February, March, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I just feel like...
Okay, so maybe not as big of a time coverage as I thought.
Well, I guess my
It's
thinking...
not very clear, though.
My thing is like...
Yeah.
I think that's why there's confusions, because it's not...
Yeah,
clear.
for a part of the movie where the timeline's like really important, like Galactus is in our solar system, but we don't know how.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was wondering how fast is he moving because that was never clarified for me.
I think if you do that, you tell us how fast Galactus is moving, then we can, in our minds, kind of keep track.
Yeah, they said, well, he's past Jupiter now. Now he's past Mars.
That doesn't tell me. We don't know how much time passed.
That's about all it gives you, though. That doesn't really.
That's
give
what I'm
you much
saying.
more
Like,
than that.
if they said Galactus will be here in 90 days or something,
Yeah,
I don't know. Do we need that explicitly told to us? Not necessarily, but I think part of the tension is removed when it's like, well, we don't know how close they're actually cutting it.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Maybe if they were to establish how how fast he was moving and then give like an estimate, Reed goes, oh, we might have a month to figure this out based off of his speed right now or his velocity.
Yeah, and then they do the whole building because then also we don't know how impressive building all those teleporters were. They built like 50 of them. I don't know.
Yeah,
across the entire world, and we don't know how long it took them. So, it's like we're losing out on stuff that kind of holds some weight. I don't know. It's nitpicky. It's a nitpicky thing, but it affects the viewing experience, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I did like the themes in this movie, though. It was just
F is
like
for family.
Just pro-family movies. I am a sucker for a good movie about a family. And they were just like, we're a family. And I know that scene with Sue Storm was so cheesy.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was heartfelt.
And like part of me like doesn't believe that people would be persuaded by it, but I think that's just kind of the skepticism that we have as human beings sometimes. So I think that the director and the writers of the movie were trying to make like this world not a very cynical or skeptical world.
Yeah.
It's
Trying to
also
make it
literally a different Earth.
yeah, it literally is a different Earth, like in a different dimension. So these people were more hopeful and unified, you know, than the cynicism that we see in our world. So
That also reflects the time period that they set the movie in. Like, the movie is heavily influenced. You touched on it already, Wesley, but the movie is heavily influenced by this retro-futuristic / mid-century world. And the mid-century was chock full of like optimism, especially after both world wars, you know?
yeah, which is economic boom,
Yeah.
families, like society,
Population boom.
Yeah.
You know, we built the highways and the interstate. You know, everything was just on the move.
They invented refrigerators. washing machines.
Yeah. So I think they were being intentional about, you know, the kind of world they were trying to establish and how that, you know, spanned for the civilization.
Yeah, and I think family themes can really thrive in that kind of setting. So I really appreciate it how they valued the life of this child
Yeah.
so much, so that like they weren't willing to sacrifice it for the greater good. They were like, well, we can find another way. Which kind of reminded me of Captain America a little bit.
What was that line in Infinity War? We don't.
Trade lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just like, well, just the concept of like, hey, we don't have to play by the rules of this guy.
Yeah.
Like we can find a way that like we believe in to do this. And they
Yeah.
did, like, which is awesome.
We take Bikini Bottom and we push it over there.
That was interesting. I was very curious of how they were going to pose like the Fantastic Four against this super powerful being known as Galactus. So
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. And Galactus is a very imposing villain. I think like he's terrifying, obviously, who can just consume worlds. And he's not just talking, like you actually see him do it. So when he arrives, it's like he's just massive. It's huge. It's actually I think really well presented by the director.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but I think the movie really shined. Like this third act is one of the better MCU third acts I can remember. Just because I feel like yes, it is an action sequence that has a lot of CGI and blowing up, but it's not a random CGI army that comes from wherever. You know, it's not just a villain that yells all the time because he
actually says like one thing.
He's like kind of like nonchalant. Like he's just kind of
This is a mild annoyance.
yeah, and just like seeing how they all work together, it almost reminded me of The Incredibles. Not as good as The Incredibles, but just seeing like how each person in the Fantastic Four like was unique in how they helped solve the problem. And it was the one really the key scene was at the very end. Like they needed to back Galactus up because he had the baby. Like he had taken the child and was about to leave. So they had to stop him. Like throw everything you can. It's now or never. So Sue Storm, yeah, she like does her force field thing or whatever. I don't know the exact.
It was like a force field / force grapple.
Invisifield push of doom.
She was able to push Galactus back with her powers, which is an incredible feat because Galactus obviously is huge.
Yeah.
And like this is taking everything she's got, and that her teammates are like, "Hey, you can't do this. This is bad." But she keeps doing it. She's like, "For our son," or I forget exactly what she says. So
Get Franklin or something.
yeah, get Franklin. So yeah, I like in that moment where they are able to like put their emotions aside and like be professionals and like get it done.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. There wasn't an emotional like Pedro Pascal crying and going no or something. Like it was just like, yeah, we're superheroes. Like we got a job to do.
Yeah.
And then seeing the Thing punching down
Pillars.
That was cool.
Because Galactus is like holding onto a building to keep from getting pushed back, and he knocks the building off.
Yeah, and that was like really the one thing that I wish like. Other than that, it's like I feel like they underutilized him.
He did get thrown by Johnny. When he got
Not
thrown
by
away
Johnny.
by Galactus,
Oh, yeah.
Johnny went to get him, and then he brought him back to basically
Hit
dive
Galactus in
bomb.
the head.
Yeah, I mean, but that was a really cool shot though when he's running and like
Yeah. And
busting
there was
down the pillars.
it was cool, but I also felt like an emotional weight to it because
Yeah.
like Ben understood like the predicament Sue was in. And like he cared for her, but he was also trying to get Franklin as well. And I feel like the sound and the music changed shortly after they decided to like stop talking Sue down and then just go get Franklin and
Yeah.
let Sue keep doing her thing. It felt sort of it just felt like emotionally deep
Yeah,
because it's like you were kind of like unsure what was going to happen, you know.
yeah,
And so he was like, I got you, Zeus, and he was like
yeah. And I'm liking this movie a lot more the more we talk about it, like thinking about it. And what I really liked about the characters is I feel like they're just classic, like brave superheroes. They're doing what they're doing because they know it's the right thing to do. They're not doing it because they're getting paid a lot of money. You know, they're not doing it because you know. I feel like they just know what the right thing is to do, and they're professionals and they get it done.
yeah.
And also Johnny Storm, while all that's going down, I guess he flies towards like the controls, but then they finally push him back into the portal thing to the edge of the universe because they realize if they can push him to the edge of the universe with this portal teleportation thing that
Without a
reaches
ship.
he doesn't have a ship, so he's gonna be stranded essentially. So he like comes out of the portal in one last burst of strength, and then they're like, okay, Johnny Storm is gonna fly into him and push him back in and make the sacrifice. But then at the last minute, Silver Surfer comes in, and she's like really the one that has the character arc in the movie. Like she's the dynamic character where she like has heralded Galactus's doom and picked all these planets and marked them for destruction. But she's the one in the end that like stops him. So I
Yeah.
appreciated that. Like her arc. And I guess she's not really stranded, or did she lose her surfboard?
Well, no, she smacks him in the chest with the surfboard and goes into it with him.
So she could probably leave.
But he controls her powers.
Was she on the cast list for?
Does he control her powers? Oh, he gave them to her.
Yeah, he controls her. He probably kills her, if I had to guess.
Well, yeah, I want to say she was on the cast list for Doomsday though.
It could be a different version of the Silver Surfer, though, too.
It could.
As much as I liked it for her character, I did see it coming. Like not
No,
when
she's not on the cast list.
not when Johnny was like, tell Franklin Uncle Johnny loves him. That part got me. I was like, dude, don't know. But then like I would say a few seconds before she came and knocked him out of the way and pushed Galactus, I kind of felt it coming. I was like, I think Silver Surfer's
See,
gonna come
I
in here.
think to me it wasn't as earned. I feel like she should have been there for the whole fight.
Well, I will say
And she can still sacrifice herself too, by the way, I think.
Just establish her earlier.
it referenced back to the conversation that earlier though, because he was like, well, take me instead of the baby, and she was like, that's not your sacrifice to make. And then because she thought it was the baby's sacrifice, like, but then she realized like, oh, I can make the sacrifice to stop Galactus. And why should Johnny have to do that? You know, he did nothing but like try to protect his world, just like she thought she was doing. But then she realized she did it the wrong way. But she's like, oh no, I can actually stop this once and for all. So I'm gonna make the sacrifice instead. Which I think that's a great character arc.
Yeah.
I think thematically it fit really well. So yeah, sorry though.
I mean, I don't think it was like 100% earned. I think it's a little rushed.
Yeah, I mean, it was
I mean,
plot convenient. I think it was convenient.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I like all the stuff they did with Johnny and him confronting her and all this stuff. I don't know. It's like he's confronting her with all these planets that she's helped kill. And I'm like, I get that, but dog, she was literally there for all of that too. You know, it's not like I don't know. To me, it's weird that it's like, I just realized how much pain I'm causing. It's like, I find that hard to believe, man. You were over here killing, I don't know, who knows how long she's been with Galactus and how many planets.
What if they
eaten.
give? Sorry, Jason.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like, I I don't know. It's like you go around shooting a bunch of people and then somebody plays a message of all the people you've shot and now you regret it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean that.
you know,
So-
like you were there.
So what if they gave her like a quote unquote Return of the Jedi Darth Vader treatment? Like she's there when Galactus approaches and lands on New York, and they have to fight her off as well. But then when she sees that they're really banding together and Sue's giving it her all and she sees that like this baby actually is in danger, like they give her a moment to kind of reflect and not fight, but see what's going on. And then maybe have some kind of...
I think showing her that there is a way
decision.
out. Like,
Yeah.
For me, the conflict of the character is like, she doesn't really have a choice necessarily. And I get that. Like, that's totally cool. I don't necessarily buy the whole freaking out about all these people you've condemned, the billions or trillions of planets. Because, like, I think, you know, she's conscious of that the entire time. I think the conflict is more like, well, what do you want me to do? He controls me. And to me, I think they should have leaned more into that part. And then, like you said, I really like that idea of like having her be there and seeing, wait a second, I am not trapped kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a way to defeat Galactus.
Yeah. I think, yeah, you're right. I feel like they could have leaned into it a little more. But ultimately, I do think I think what the writers would probably say would be like, well, when Johnny was able to translate and speak to her in her own language, and like I think a lot of this goes unsaid, but this is just observation on my end. It's like she was able to finally like she found somebody that like was able to understand her, like literally like with words, but also like her character. And I think a long time Galactus has controlled her and like has encouraged her to do this over and over. So maybe she hasn't felt like an accountability until somebody actually was able to understand her. And she probably also saw that these heroes are capable of like, they might be capable of stopping him. Like they were able to travel to visit Galactus. As far as we know, nobody else was able to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible somebody else could have, but they went to the edge of like space to be able to find Galactus, and then escaped and got back and put in this really, really valiant attempt to stop him. But yes, I do think it is a little convenient that she shows up to destroy the things at the last second. She also shows up to push Galactus back in at the last second. I will concede like that is a little convenient, but I do think that there's a lot unsaid that I was able to observe, I think, from that.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Silver Surfer in the movie. I don't think she's bad. I really like her. I think all the scenes, all the action scenes especially, are just really good. It's a fun visual experience. And I don't entirely discredit her arc. I just feel like they're coming at it from the wrong, not the wrong angle, but from an incomplete angle. I don't know if that makes sense from what I'm trying to say. It's just, I really think, and all this came to me on my second rewatch. It's the first rewatch, I didn't think too hard about it, but the second time I was like, she really just kind of, I don't know. To me, it's just not 100% earned.
A little bit of a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Like, at the end of the day, this movie makes me smile.
For sure.
If you compare her to some other villain, like sympathetic villains that we've seen, she's probably like way better, honestly. And I know a lot of people were critical of like casting a woman as a Silver Surfer or whatever.
I think it works because
it's in the comics, but also like I think she does a great job. Like I think the Silver Surfer is a great character, like a really good character in this movie.
Yeah.
I also think, I mean, it gives you the opportunity with Johnny. You don't really get this with the male Silver Surfer. So
they switch it for the Fox male Silver Surfer, and it's kind of him and Sue, who kind of have like a relationship, not necessarily romantic, but like they're able to connect.
Yeah. And I think for the purposes of this movie, you can't have Sue do that with the other version of the Silver Surfer here doesn't work
Yeah.
as much.
Right.
So I think, to me, it's just a very intentional, like, this made sense for the story kind of thing.
Yeah.
And to me, that's, if you find a good reason to change a character, it fitting the story way better is just the best reason of all, So it works. To me, it works.
I'm
You
curious.
just get a lot more dynamics with her being female, with Silver Surfer being female.
Yeah.
I'm curious on y'all's thoughts. I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but with how smart the Fantastic Four are. What?
Oh, you said nitpicky, and I went, pick.
With how smart the Fantastic Four are, I was wondering why they had the control switch box so close to the target where they wanted Galactus to step into. Because I'm just thinking, wouldn't Galactus just see you waiting there to switch this lever? Like, don't you want to hide maybe or something?
Why are you standing next to that lever called Kill Galactus?
It's for plot convenience, but also I think they would probably explain it away as, it's a retro futuristic thing where it's like you have all these cords.
We didn't have enough length.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, it's forgivable for sure.
I was just curious.
You have to be there to see when he crosses the line. So, you can't do that from, what do we have? Goggles here?
Maybe hide in the
They
alleyway
didn't
or
have
something.
remote control back then. It was just
Yeah.
they have teleportation and space travel, but they don't have remote control.
They still
apparently.
have vinyls. They record information on vinyl still, but
Yeah, it's a vibe for sure.
Oh,
So,
for sure.
which-
I would love to talk about that when we get there. Just like the overall aesthetic of the film.
I do definitely have some time carved out for that.
Yeah.
Was there any other things related to the story, the characters want to bring up before we move on?
I don't know. I think I've laid out kind of how I feel about it as the story, as the main story goes. I think my knocks are the pacing and I just don't feel like the Silver Surfer's arc is a completely earned experience.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good version of the character, and I think really up until kind of the very end, it kind of even if she just never showed up again, even though it doesn't work without her showing up necessarily, maybe I'm not as flummoxed by it. Is that the right use of the word? I don't know.
Flustered? Or
No, I wasn't flustered.
flummoxed.
Flummoxed. I think it means what I think it means, but
I've never heard that.
What
word
does it mean,
before,
Jason?
just
Flummoxed. That's what it means.
it's not quite frustrated, I think.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense. I'm not frustrated, but I'm a bit flummoxed. I'm almost confused.
Okay.
Puzzled,
Yeah.
perhaps. I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'm but other than those two things, I think the movie the story is really strong. It's really tight. Most of my complaints, while I think do bring down the film, and we're going to discuss that when we get to our ratings at the end, I still think the film as a whole is good. The story is good. I think the story is good, and it's probably some of the better stuff out of Marvel in a while.
I feel like if this movie came out 10 years ago, people would have went crazy over it.
Would they?
In a good way?
In the height of the MC, if this was released before Avengers Infinity War or something, this would have been an easy $1 billion smash.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But now I think there's just a lot
think people
of
are tired.
fatigue, which we can get in the box office numbers later, which it's doing pretty well. But flummoxed means bewildered or perplexed.
Yeah, okay. I maybe not quite bewildered, but definitely perplexed by the decision.
I'm somewhere between bewildered and perplexed.
I think
Flummoxed,
flummoxed is
if you
the
will.
word you're looking
There it
for.
is. Of course. How could I forget? Flummox.
Well, that's a new word for your dictionary.
Flummox out of 10.
Flummoxed out of 10.
No.
There's one more thing. I think the humor in this movie is, I think it's a little toned down from usually what MCU stuff.
Which is a good thing.
It was not a laugh out loud Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't like Iron Man or Thor has a quip in every scene.
Yeah.
There were definitely jokes. I don't think that these actors were going for a comedic style. I think that Joseph Coyne is definitely probably the most, he's the one that drives a lot of the comedy, and his relationship obviously with Ben Grimm. They're kind of like brotherly, uncle to uncle, or they're basically like brotherly.
Yeah.
I think that there are comedic moments between them two, but it wasn't like a laugh out loud. And like you said earlier, I do think a lot of the Johnny Storm, like stereotypical Johnny Storm stuff, didn't always like seem right.
Yeah.
It felt forced in there.
A little off character.
When he walks, when they're about to like all run away to get ready to get on the ship, and he's like, guys, she spoke to me, and they're like, they all spoke to us, Johnny.
Yeah.
I liked his charisma that he had, especially in the scene where he's like trying to shoot down the surfer.
Yeah.
That was a great moment. I like when
It's curting.
when he actually hit him, he was like, "Oh!" He made that like.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was cool, and that was definitely a nod to Luke Skywalker and the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
That definitely was a nod to that. But I think that there was really great moments, but some of it did seem forced. Like, why would he, when they're trying to escape from Galactus or whatever, start saying like, "You know how I like beautiful women"? It just feels like, all right, that just seems like a really bad time to be like making these kinds of jokes.
And when he was trying to explain "she spoke to me," I was waiting for him to like actually explain what he was trying to say. Like, I felt like the way he was explaining it felt intentionally dumbed down. Like, and it was off character, it felt like, for me.
Yeah. So I like the charismatic version of him.
Yeah.
But I think some of the lines were a little bit forced. I think they could have maybe presented it in a more like natural way to the conversation.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did like the banter between him and Ben Grimm, and that one scene where he's like shooting. By the way, the scene on the way back
In the wormhole
was crazy. I think my
Probably
favorite
the best
scenes
action
of the
set
Super
piece.
tense.
that was a really, really, I think one of my favorite in a long time, like Marvel action moments. And it's not like your traditional punch and shoot action. It was just like escape.
Yeah.
escape the silver lady.
Close quarters. And it was creative as well. Like,
Yeah, and we could start. This can be a good segue into our like visual style and direction, like discussion.
it was also creative with the fact that like the team wasn't fully operational. Galactus did something to like speed up Sue's birthing or her labor, and so like she
like labor.
and so she was like giving birth, and Reed and Sue had to do that, but then also like help Ben and
like
Johnny
calculate where they're going to jump out.
Yeah,
the wormhole,
Yeah.
and all this other stuff.
And
that
so-
was like when the writing and the directing and the acting kind of came together like this.
It was like super tense,
Oh,
super
yeah.
creative. It was good.
And just this moment of like vulnerability with Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, like when she's like giving birth while all this chaos is going out. Like the director did a great job of like slowing it down, making this like some sort of like majestic moment of like human life.
Yeah.
And just like the beauty of human life, which I love that. Like that's the kind of themes that I really, really love. And even like how he like used his little he used his stretchy legs to like hold her down.
Yeah.
It's like you need gravity to push.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great moment. Like, and one of my all-time favorite Marvel moments, maybe that scene of the escape. And also like the production design, like of the ship, their costumes, everything was some of the best the MCU has ever done.
So
like,
good.
In terms of like practical sets, I can't think of like a movie that is better in terms of sets and costume design. Maybe the Black Panther movies. But but I like this movie overall more than I like the Black Panther movies.
I think the original like couple of Iron Man movies, I guess it's a little more boring because it's not super stylized, but that was a lot of real sets, real suits and stuff like that.
Yeah, which I can appreciate. I think just I guess the vibe of this, and like the clear like concept and the execution of the concepts is like it was unique. It reminded me of 2001. But just seeing like the lighting on these really like these spacesuits they had, for whatever reason, I was like, I love this. This looks amazing. Yeah. Like the spacesuits they looked great. And the interior of the ship looked great. It didn't look like it was all CGI'd in. There is a lot of CGI in the movie, and we'll get to that, but Even the sets of like the tower that they're in.
Yeah, their kitchen, their lab.
Oh man, I gotta shout out the
So-
production designer on this.
Yeah, so the production designer and the director were basically saying like, we want this movie to feel like Jack Kirby meets Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
So Jack Kirby was one of the original iconic illustrators for Marvel Comics and a huge, like,
He did a lot of Fantastic Four stuff.
yeah, like he's credited as, one of the main people to bring Fantastic Four alive and whatnot. And then Stanley Kubrick with his 2001 A Space Odyssey was also like a part of their inspiration. But he even took, like, the production designer even took inspiration from mid-century architects. And it was just really awesome. Like, I just loved how they were able to hone in this mid-century modern retro future world.
Yeah.
Like, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
Loved it.
definitely. Really well realized production design, and like the name of the production designer is Kasra Farahani. He was a production designer for Loki. And when I saw the trailers and I saw the movie, I was
That's
like, this
right.
reminds me of the Loki, especially the Loki sets in the TVA.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that
yeah.
same vibe.
great production design.
And
Good lighting, good colors.
It's like you watch it,
Yeah.
and like if you're not as like movie nerds as we are, and you like watch a movie or you watch a TV show, and you see a TV show like Loki or you see a movie like Fantastic Four, and you're like, why does this look better than like other stuff in the genre? Like, why does it feel more real? And I think a lot of that is just the set design mixed with lighting and the concept. Like, they have a real clear vision of concepts, and then they execute it really well.
Oh, for sure.
And
Which is interesting because the director, you said, directed WandaVision, and I can see like the ties of the passion for production design, because they literally hop through so many styles or genres in WandaVision, which is like really cool.
yeah, and it's like, well, there's movies like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania that are like, they should be these like visual spectacles.
Dude,
Like,
Ant-Man's
this is-
costume, bro.
This is like a new world with unlimited possibilities. But you look at it and it's like, why does it just look?
Gooey mess.
Why does it just look
purple?
the same as all the other stuff? And it's probably because they didn't put as much like effort, or maybe not effort, but like, because I'm not trying to diss the production designers and other things, but it could be the director, it could be producers, but it's just like there's not as clear of a priority on making these movies look as sharp and as clean as possible. And I think when you have clear inspiration, like something like Kubrick, and I'm not saying that First Steps is anything like 2001. I mean, I think it's inspired by it, but it's not like quite the same.
I think visually though,
It shares,
visually-
it shares some
it's-
DNA. Like
it
you said,
honors
visually.
it in a way that's like, I'm not trying to be you, but I'm,
Yeah.
but it's like, I want to honor you, and it looks great.
yeah.
The cinematography as well, I think. I mean, it's amazing how like a good production design can like help a cinematographer's
Yeah.
work really be shown off. And I think that's why it's so important for your whole crew to be in alignment of like vision. And that all comes from the director.
Speak it.
The director has to like storyboard these shots and be like, okay, cinematographer, I need you to do this. Like, brainstorm with me. How can we make it look like this? We have these beautiful sets that have been built. How can we make the most of these sets? And when you don't have sets and you have green screens, it's just, you're guessing. There's that. I mean, yes, there is cinematography there, but it's like, I don't think it maximizes the talents. And honestly, you could save a lot of money by building sets. Like, visual effects budgets for these kind of movies can be like $100 million, just visual effects alone. Sets are expensive, sure, but they don't cost $100 million.
And you can reuse them.
Yeah, and especially if a lot of your scenes are like in New York, where you don't even need to build sets, or maybe you minimally like add to it, you know. So anyway, just wanted to shout out him. Great work. I think that was the standout of the visuals to me, and the costume design. I got a shout out to.
Dude, their regular Earth outfits
I love
so
those too.
good.
The sweaters.
Yes,
They
dude.
look so vibrant.
The Fantastic Car. That's not a costume, but guys, like this movie just hits. Like
All the like merchandisey looking. Maybe merchandise is the wrong word. That sounds cheap. But all the like
the Fantastic Four copyrighted material.
memorabilia that they have just looks so clean and like metal or soft and fabricy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like everything that they had is like, man, I want to play with the objects.
I want to play with the toy.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
the
I
toy.
want to play with your computers and tap and watch your screens and.
Oh, speaking of tip tap, playing with computers. So, I read an article about the production designer talking about some of the sets, and he talked about Reed's lab, and it was cool hearing how they designated like 3 different areas, and you could easily see because they were color coded. Because the red area was like a place for Reed to tinker and like just build and, you know, experiment. And then the yellow area was the thinking area. And it was set up to where he could just go there, write, do his thinking, but also like collaborate with his team. And then the blue area was mission control. And so
with the big screen.
Yeah. And so it was cool because also just with the intention to detail, they color coded it, but then it was color coded with like 3 primary colors. And I was just like, the attention to detail is really cool. And I feel like this is something this Reed Richards would do, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And those, I'm going to just glaze the spacesuits again. I love the design. Oh man. And the costume designer for this movie has a lot of experience doing like period pieces, especially like Victorian England stuff.
Nice. What's their name?
She's been an Oscar nominee for like Hamlet, Elizabeth. So this is British stuff. Her name is Alexandra Byrne.
Nice.
Mary,
Alexandra
Queen
Byrne,
of Scots.
great job.
She's done both of the Kate Blanchett playing Queen Elizabeth movies that are not. I don't think they're in the same universe or sequels. She just plays her twice in different movies and also has the same costume designer. But she's also done like Doctor Strange, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor. So she has experience in the MCU. But I mean, and those are some of the better like costume movies, like Guardians of the Galaxy. I would say is one of the more memorable MCU movies in terms of costumes.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Avengers, you have like 100 different suits on screen.
That's the first time Vision shows up.
Yeah.
So shout out to Alexandra Byrne and of course Max Shatman for directing all of this. And like I can tell he had clear concepts in his head, a vision, and it was executed really well by the cast and crew. I don't know how much Kevin Feige had to do with it. I don't like the guy that give that guy a lot of credit after the last 4 years, but I'm sure like he had to approve like this retro futuristic kind of risky thing. Like this doesn't even take place in the universe of the MCU. So
It was completely a right move.
it was a great call by Feige to go this direction.
Well, the original director was actually going to be whoever I can't remember his name. Is it Watt or Webb?
Oh, John Watts.
John Watts, the guy who did the first 3 MCU Spider-Man movies. He was originally tacked on to do it, and he backed out. And his original version of the movie was actually going to be a modern day kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like John Watt is a good he's good at like a cast of people and like getting the best out of them. Like the Spider-Man movies, I think the strength of them is like the ensemble.
Yeah, where like
it's not, but not necessarily visuals.
Yeah,
I mean, there's cool visual moments, but
they are rather. I think they're kind of bland looking.
The color in the movie too is just like the color grading is amazing.
Yeah,
it's vibrant.
It's not like they just turned the camera on. They actually went home and touched everything up and made everything look really good, like really warm. It's even though it's a lot of bright colors, it's very warm lighting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of Marvel movies, even like with the Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
which had really good cinematography. I think it was still just like they just kind of turned on a light above you.
Well, I think I think the Thunderbolts, though, to give it credit, like had a very distinct style they were going for as well.
To me, you're right. It is like it's this
which
kind
is
of
very
like
different than
darker, grayer,
grittier.
Yeah.
and that fits the movie. But that's also just kind of like every MCU movie ever made too. So
yeah.
It kind of stood out for me for Thunderbolts, but
I think they're now that I think about it, when I think about like how they did Bob in that movie, they had to have been doing something right with the lighting to make him look almost like a hole in space. But also you could kind of see his
so
very slight details.
you mean a void?
Oh, void, if you will. And like the effect of the void kind of taking over New York, I think looked really good in that movie. And all that is lighting. Like it might be CGI lighting, but it's lighting, So I guess they are doing something right. But to me, if there's anything that doesn't particularly stick out about the Thunderbolts, it is the way it looks. Not the CGI, the way it looks.
I guess it just makes me wonder more like
I guess if I wanted, before I let you continue, sorry.
Yeah.
If I want more MCU movies, I want them to look a certain way, I want you to lean toward the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. And I think it has built-in advantages just because of the premise of it. Whereas a movie like Thunderbolts, which also I think we did praise visually for
I think there's a lot
feeling
good
like
with
a real movie,
Yeah.
like that looked real, but they don't have they don't have the advantage of like a really fun, quirky concept of like a setting. Where I mean, I don't think contemporary sets should be bashed for their setting. I just think you're gonna be attracted to like what looks more visually appealing, and Thunderbolts doesn't have like the retro future setting.
Like after in the post-credit scenes of Thunderbolts, I really liked the set of their new Avengers HQ. I liked the way that looked, and I liked their outfits. I thought that was really, really good looking outfits.
Hashtag
the white and red.
beret.
The white and the red, and then John Walker had the beret and stuff like that, and you had Red Guardian with his sponsored suit. But like I really liked that. Like to me, that leans more towards in the Fantastic Four direction of things.
Yeah.
Where it's clearly a modern setting, right? And it's not the 60s where everything's colorful and we're almost a little naive, I guess. But it still looked really pleasant to me. And it's a very short scene, and I think that's directed by the Russos.
Are you talking about the
post-credit scene where they
Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
that makes me just think about the future. So we know the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four are going to have some sort of interaction. The thing that I don't want to happen is the style to get lost just because it was associated with this movie. Like I feel like the style should carry through because it's character based.
Yeah.
And so I don't want, because the Fantastic Four are going to be in an Avengers movie, I don't want it to be like, I don't want the characters to get lost. Like I want to see a movie that just feels like a melting pot. Like we have the Thunderbolts, they're gritty. We have the Fantastic Four, they're more whimsical, retro futuristic, and I think that'd be really cool to see that, but not like just melt it and make it all buttery together, but make it work together while them still be distinct. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
You.
And before we move on, I guess, from the way things look, let's touch on that CGI a little bit.
Yeah, I was hoping to talk about that.
The Thing. We want to talk about The Thing too.
The Thing. I think he looked good.
Here's the thing.
I think he could look good. Sometimes the clothes he was wearing, I was like,
that is CGI.
Did they run out? They might have ran a little low.
That's a real rock man, but CGI clothes.
Which I think is fine. Like I would rather his face look good than his shirt or whatever. And also the baby.
There's some CGI baby
going on. A little bit. Just a little bit.
I get why you use CGI because
it's a baby.
It's a baby, right? You don't want to use a real baby for dangerous things on a set. So anyway,
the scene of Johnny talking to Shala Ball standing on the middle of the teleportation platform just looks really not even, I don't want to say bad. It just doesn't look good. He's just super, you clearly could tell he's sitting in a blue room. Yeah. And
when he's standing on the pad looking up at her
at night, and it's just they keep cutting to him, and I'm like, man, you're just not there. Which is because later in the movie, and it might be because of the daylight, because it's at night, there, and then the daylight scenes, the pad looks way more real. The teleportation device area, when they're standing on it, looks way more real. So part of me thinks maybe they had a real one and didn't use it for some scenes. I don't know. It just looked really weird to me. But then there's scenes like the black hole and the wormhole, which, I mean, I don't know about you, but me are clearly inspired by Christopher Nolan. At least I guess the black hole, everybody, like a black hole can only look one way, but the wormhole scenes when they're traveling faster than light, to me, that looked straight out of Interstellar.
Oh yeah, there's definitely Interstellar vibes
where it looks like you're in a tube, but maybe there's like an orb kind of. I just really like the way that looked.
They were able to weave in like the fantastical elements. But you know what I mean, like the more fantasy based aspects were included in this.
That whole set piece of them when they exit the faster than light travel in front of the black hole. The music changes and you see the Silver Surfer come in. And like you said, he's surfing on the Stardust. All that looks amazing.
You can hear the sounds of like the rocks.
Yeah, there is some really good CGI in this movie. But I feel like the parts that aren't as good are also the parts that like don't need to be as good. You know what I'm saying?
But then it makes me question like why. So like the scene when they land in Galactus' ship and they're walking with the Silver Surfer, you can literally see it change from where it looks like they're standing on something real to then they're walking on this fake computer generated tube looking thing. It's just like, why? If you don't really need to show us that if you're not willing to finish the
set.
Yeah, or the CGI on it. Because it's not important. We don't need to see them walking around here. I don't even think they're talking in that specific scene. Because other scenes inside Galactus ship look great. Like where they land and also in front of his little chair. His gigantic chair. Like that whole set piece where they come in front of him looks really like good.
Yeah.
And they did well with scale as well. Scaling them versus Galactus.
Oh yeah, and like the shadow over the city, that was really cool. What a great shot! That was a great shot.
All of Galactus,
and the one where he's walking through the streets,
where like the camera's just standing on the street, and his feet pass by.
That's awesome. I mean, that was in the trailers, so they kind of gave it away a little bit. But man, that scene of his shadow over the city I thought that was incredible.
Him looking at the Statue of Liberty was a really cool shot. The way they shot it,
and just the little like, subtle like thematic like.
He's like way bigger than
these people think that they're free, like they're not, But anyway, overall, I think the CGI in general was pretty good, but there were some chinks in the armor. Like there were some times you could definitely tell it didn't look super great. But overall, I'd say that the visual effects from a computer standpoint pretty solid.
I think they got all the important stuff done right.
Yeah.
It just
especially
makes me,
the space chase scene, bro.
Yeah,
so good.
Space chase.
It just really makes me think like, are they not giving these people enough time to finish everything? I think the details matter.
That's what I'm wondering.
I think it shows Marvel's kind of like, we need to get this movie out.
Yeah,
especially with the release schedule of this year, like 3 movies within essentially half the year.
Summer,
yeah. Starting with Captain America.
Months. It was like a movie a month almost.
Captain America came out February, Thunderbolts May.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking,
But
3 movies within 5 months.
I liked the Thing's character design because I liked just how much it nodded back to his comic style. But I just feel like I would have wanted to see more photorealism in his rocks. Like something felt slightly unfinished. Like his rocks felt more like there was something about it, I think, with the way it would interact with the light. Yeah. It just felt like the photorealism wasn't fully there. Maybe that's little details, like maybe adding little sparkles in the rock or something, because rock is so organic and it's not as
monotone.
Didn't they wasn't Michael Chiklis in the original one, wasn't that like
that was a rubber suit?
Was that was real?
Yeah, which
they really turned him into a thing,
which honestly still holds up. I think
I will never criticize any movie for using real costumes.
Yeah.
Even if they can look super goofy. But I don't think that looks goofy. I think it looks pretty good. He's maybe not as big as maybe the Thing should be because it's just a regular dude.
Yeah.
But I like it.
It was believable for me. Like, yeah, that's Rock.
Yeah.
And then even Fan Four Stick or the 2016
14.
Fantastic Four? 14?
Yeah.
2014 Fantastic Four. I think the Thing looked really good in terms of CGI in that one as well.
I never watched it.
You never seen it?
Never seen the model.
You ever seen the model?
Of him as...
I've definitely shown you the scene where he goes, "It's fantastic." Say that again. The Thing is in that one. He's not as orange in that movie. He's definitely more rocky.
Okay.
There's more of, that movie took a very, very realism.
I've heard so many bad things about it. I just never bothered.
I've never watched
Jamie Bell even said, "Don't waste your time watching it."
Okay.
Jamie Bell was the guy who played the Thing.
Oh.
He's like, dude, don't even watch it.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie. I've seen a million clips though.
I saw it. I was so excited for it. So my dad and I went to see it in theaters.
Oh no.
I was kind of bummed out because there was so much build up to their origin. Like, you don't get them getting their powers until at least halfway through the film or even later. And there's so much time before that, like them prepping for this space mission. Like, it's a lot of them.
It's not even space, right? It's like an alternate dimension. Right?
Yeah. And so by the time they get their powers, you kind of feel like, what are you going to be able to do with the time left in this movie? And then the fight, like the third act, the final confrontation between them and Doctor Doom is like very short, and it finishes and you're like, that's it? Like, I wanted more.
We got to come up with a name.
I'm looking at the
Yeah, because
images
there's
right
4 of
now.
us.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the visuals are a different standpoint. I think they did do well with the visuals in that movie with their powers for the most part. But something that I thought was really cool was the way they made Johnny's face look when he was on fire. Like, you could tell he was on fire, but you could clearly still see his face, and it was just glowing, and his eyes had like this nice fire glow to it.
Yeah.
I liked that. Like, there was something, I don't know how to describe it, but I just liked it.
I really liked how they utilized him in the movie, like as far as his powers go in general. I like the cool sequence at the beginning where he like absorbs the fire from the building. That was cool. Even though that was like a very beginning of the movie.
Part of the montage.
It wasn't like a big moment in the movie necessarily. But I like how practical he is with his capability to fly. Like, uses that a lot.
I like the scene, also part of that same montage where he saves the baby or the kid, and he like goes from being completely on fire to only like his back being on fire to keep flying.
Oh yeah,
so he doesn't burn the child.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just thought it was a really neat, like, because I remember watching, I was like, how is he not burning her? Oh,
he just controls.
He can control his powers. Like, that's just a really neat, like,
and then he just runs off frame and flies away, and you can hear like.
And also he has to turn his fire on to be able to turn the breaker on. Because the lights go out.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was fun.
Comedic uses too.
That was fun.
That was a pretty funny. Like, it's just dark and he goes.
Yeah. And obviously, like, Invisible Woman has the big moment at the end, right? Up to that point, she was mainly just used for like cloaking and invisibility, like for the team, which obviously that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they did like give her like a more like unique like offensive capability.
Yeah.
With it, which I thought was really cool.
She started grappling, or she started choke holding Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
when they were
she
escaped.
just grabs her and
sunk, sunk, knocking her around.
Oh yeah, see that was cool.
She knocked her off her surfboard.
So they did get a little bit creative with her. And then the Thing, obviously he's the Thing. He just punches stuff and broke down he literally pushed an entire building into Galactus. That was cool. To push him back. And then
he picks up that crane and tries to hit Galactus with it.
Yes.
That was a really good show of how effortlessly, I guess, he grabbed it. I was like, oh, he's pretty strong. You can
and then right as he's about to throw it,
Galactus like catches it,
like,
and
nah,
flings him away.
Yeah. And then Reed Richards, a lot of people I've heard say like his powers are underutilized.
I feel he might not be stretchy enough because Galactus just kind of like stretches him. That much.
Some people criticize that. I was like,
For me, I think
doesn't bother
I'm
me.
interpreting it. I'm choosing to interpret it as like, if you take silly putty or something and you pull it really fast, it snaps instead of stretches.
Yeah.
Or if you pull it really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or also
I know it was
there's just clearly limits to how
Yeah.
far it gets stretched too.
I think it grounds him. And I want to say from a visual standpoint, like VFX, I think it's a standout scene because they go from these wide shots where you see Mr. Fantastic being stretched, but then they cut to close-ups of him and he's like reacting to being stretched and his clothing is being torn.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see it's not just him pretending to be stretched. Like his arms are, abnormally long and his torso is. And so I thought even then, and then when Galactus lets him go and he's like contracting back as he's falling on the ground and hits the ground, visually, I think they did really good with that.
Yeah.
And sound design too.
And also I think they just showed how like powerful Galactus is. Just like, these little humans. These little heroes.
He's like stretchy.
Dude, I thought he was about to sling him away. I was like, no.
They really show like his greatest power is his intellect though. Like, that's what they do a really good job of in general with all of them. It's like these heroes are great. I mean, they're great people like without their powers, and like they just use their powers to enhance the character. And like Reed ends up using his stretchy things for like grabbing the baby, saving the baby, or helping his wife give birth.
Yeah.
Random situation. But yeah, I mean, maybe he didn't do a whole lot of stretching in the movie, but I think he still felt like a hero. Like I have no doubt in my mind he was like crucial for the purpose of the movie. Yeah. And also like I get it. It's like kind of goofy. It's the goofiest of all the powers. Being able to stretch a lot. It's a fun power though.
It's a fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but I can see them not want to like overdo it and like wanting to make it meaningful.
But it also reflects his character because the whole time, for the most part, he sees their powers as like a mistake and like what does he say? Like a cosmic imbalance or something, a chemical imbalance. And so him not really wanting to maybe show off the powers as much as Johnny or someone makes sense. He's like, I'm going to stick to what I know I'm meant to do or like what I know I'm good at. And that's my intellect. Yes, I have these powers, so I guess I'll use them. I'll embrace them, but I'm not going to rely on them.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Thanks.
And the last thing to talk about with the movie is the score.
The last thing?
The thing.
Here's the thing.
All right, hilarious.
I said that like 5 times.
Can we say an instant classic score?
Michael Giacchino does nothing but cook.
Fantastic Four.
This man will do Marvel, he'll do DC, he'll do anything and bangers. Like, yeah, I mean,
Amazing.
There's not like as far as like MCU scores, there's not a whole lot of them that are iconic.
There's the Avengers theme,
the Avengers theme,
and then
excuse me. I feel like Captain America can be memorable if you listen to it enough.
I mean, it can, yeah. Oh, true.
Both say true.
But yeah,
Iron Man's. A lot of people forget Iron Man had a theme in his original movie, and I heard it recently. And not like one of the rock songs they use, but like an actual. And they never bring it back for like when he shows up in the Avengers, as far as I recall.
Are you talking about Iron Man 3? That's when they use.
I think they use it in all 3 of his main movies. But he has a main theme that sounds really good.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it fits the retro future thing really great. It's got its epic
for
moments.
Sure. I don't know how it goes.
Yeah, it's like it's cheesy enough, but it's also like epic enough at the same time because it's like Fantastic Four, but it's epic.
It's so epic.
So
good.
Yeah, Michael Giacchino. Is he the new?
I hope he gets nominated this year. To be honest.
Yeah.
Will he though? Because superhero movies are looked down upon.
Unless you're Black Panther, you don't.
What's cool is that he also did Incredibles, and
he did.
This Incredibles and Fantastic Four First Steps have a lot of similarities.
I could have sworn I heard
mid-century vibes, a family of 4 plus a baby, and so I like that he didn't like if you listen to Fantastic Four, you listen to Incredibles. Given that there's a lot of similar styles and themes, they still sound very unique.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like The Incredibles is full on just big band jazz,
brass. Yeah.
And this is like a more of an orchestral, like, but
Even
it,
quiet.
more
it has
more
the-
vocals.
it has like that throwback, like sci-fi kind of feel to
Yeah,
it too.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, great score. The main theme obviously super memorable, but just the way that it picks up in the right moments.
Shoot, but he did the score for Sinners, didn't he?
No, he didn't. That was
That was Ludwig Göransson.
That was the other king of
Yeah.
movie scores.
I was
There's
like,
three
he
of
can't be
them.
nominated for two things. I was
There's
like,
three of
no.
them. It's Zimmer, Göransson, and Giacchino.
Ooh, no Williams up in there.
Well, I mean, he's kind of like
He's
retired.
like old.
He's the bishop.
He was the one that he walked so the others could run, but he just ran, and the others also are trying to run as fast. But anyway, so now we have future crossover potential. Obviously, post-credit scene. Well, we forgot to mention that the
Ooh.
child has like
child.
the child is actually, yes, he is some sort of
Bring me the child.
supernatural cosmic being of epic proportions. Resurrects Sue Storm after
Oh yeah,
she
she
like
died.
sacrifices
For like a
herself,
Yeah,
shooting all
let's
the
talk about
invisible
that.
stuff.
Let's talk about that. The
She shoots
resurrection.
all the invisible stuff at Galactus, pushes
The
him.
invisible stuff.
I don't know what to call it.
My invisible.
I love
junk.
how in the movie world you have to show, like, just in a visual medium, you have to show them doing something yet they're invisible, but you still have to show something. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's funny how
did
they.
a good job with that, using like glares and flares. and
Yeah,
stuff.
Rainbows.
Glares and flares.
glares and flowers.
Yeah. So
Glares
she
and
dies,
flares.
and then so this baby finally reveals that he can like do powers. It can resurrect people from the dead.
He's like, "What's up?"
At least can do that, but there's probably more. And then there's two post credit scenes. The first one was
Doctor Doom.
the big reveal. Sue Storm holding her baby, who's now like 4 years old, 5 years old,
4.
and she just like goes and stands up to like go grab like a book or something and
Yeah.
bring it back. When she comes back, there's Doctor Doom just chilling with the baby. No, you don't see the face, but you can see him like from the side with the hood on, holding his mask. So it's either RDJ, or some sort of stand-in for him. I don't know if they actually got him to do that.
Well, I saw. I don't know how accurate this is, but I saw someone said on Reddit that he was asking a gabajuguga amount of money for his face to be featured in that scene,
Oh.
like 50 million or 50 billion or
Whoa,
something.
50 billion. No, it was 50
That's
billion.
crazy.
Maybe 50 mil. I don't know.
50
But this is a
billion.
Reddit post, so I'm not sure how accurate it was.
Yeah,
I
don't
feel
know.
like
they're all under NDAs, so they can't talk about it.
I feel like Robert Downey Jr., if he was available, would have showed up for it.
Yeah,
Maybe I misinterpret how
Maybe
cool the
they're
guy
not-
actually is, but I think
Maybe they're not showing his face on purpose. But
I feel like that big reveal would probably best be saved for like the movie or the trailer, anyways.
yeah.
yeah.
They don't
So-
want to bury that in a post-credit scene necessarily.
I thought it was rushed. I thought them introducing Doctor Doom like that. If it is Doctor Doom, I was like, not yet. Like, don't just like let this movie be its movie.
Yeah, I mean that's like all.
But that's the point
like
of-
all post credit scenes.
That's
are
the
just
point
like,
of post-credit scenes, though.
Yeah.
You know, they're not a part of the movie. You know, it's not intruding on the movie. It's after the credits.
I have problems with it. Like, how is he just in there and no one is like, the
Beats
Baxter
me.
building is secure, is it not? Like, how is he just in there? No alarms are
Well,
going off.
Doctor Doom is like, if Reed Richards is one of the smartest guys in the universe, Doctor Doom might be somebody smarter than him. So there's that.
Well, yeah,
Why
And
is
he
that-
also has power. The other movies don't do Doctor Doom justice. Doctor Doom, not only is he like a really like smart scientist, he also like wields magic. Like all the other
Yeah.
movies have ignored that in the past, and I'm hoping the new ones. I hope they're not shying away from it. But Doctor Doom uses magic. He's like, you know, he might be more powerful than Doctor Strange in some cases.
Yeah. I just feel like it's super staged. Like, the kid doesn't say anything about it. The mom, like, Sue doesn't hear anything. We don't hear him enter. And yes, you're saying he wields magic, but I'm just like, the practicality of it and the realism of it, I'm just like,
If
I'm
you
not
can
I'm not
just
sold.
teleport places, like Doctor Doom may be
you
able
could
to
hear
do.
a subtle like.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
And Sue notices. I mean, she clearly notices.
Yeah, but not until she turns around, or I don't know. Y'all saw it one more time than I did.
And it's entirely like the kid not saying anything. I mean, it's entirely possible he, for whatever reason, trusts Doom. I think that's what we're meant to understand there, because he's kind of like touching his face.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a good point.
And there was the empty spot.
Good point.
There was the empty spot for Latveria at the UN meeting towards the beginning, which is where Doctor Doom is from. So they did like subtly hint that Doctor Doom was
he already existed
somewhere
and was.
I was wondering about that. I was like, is this supposed to be someone important who's not here?
Yeah. Doctor Doom is from the fictional country of Latveria. So
Latveria is not to be mistaken
with Latvia. And he's their king, by the way. He's like their magical king guy.
Victor von Doom.
He would be the only representative that would ever show up to certain things like that. Okay.
So we're going to figure out next December, not this December, but the following December.
You know, Spider-Man might leave us a little nugget or two.
I've heard that that's going to be a completely grounded story, but I'm sure they're going to.
Sure. But there will be a post-credit scene.
There's going to be something big in that.
There's going to be like Tony Stark. I hope there's nothing like that in that movie.
He's probably going to be like Tony at the end or something.
And then
call me Doom.
And he goes, "Who you talking about?" He just punches him.
Mr. Stark.
Can I resume my internship?
I hate you 3000. He blasts.
I hate you 3000. Oh my
But God. I wanted to hear y'all's thoughts on the resurrection, though. Can we touch on that briefly? Just like, Sue's resurrection.
I mean, you can't kill Sue. I really thought, like, man, that'd be pretty nuts if you did it. But
I thought they were doing it for a second.
I kind of thought they were, but I was like, I know Franklin's a magic baby who can do magical things. The only problem with that is, like, going forward, we just know that he can just bring people back. Now, maybe he did it as an infant. He can unlearn it. It's like, I didn't do that. I didn't remember doing it.
Kind of like Bob. He's like, sorry guys, that was the other guy.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. It's going to introduce future problems, but that's a problem for future writers. That's not really anything on this movie.
Future Foundation writers.
You know.
We'll see. I didn't really have any problems with it. I think it showed that Sue Storm was willing to sacrifice everything for him, and also showed off his powers. So I think it was a two
his
in one.
vague and undefined ability.
I felt like it was mostly deserved more than like other resurrection scenes.
I mean, it like had a clear explanation.
Yeah,
you know, so.
And it gave Pedro Pascal like a really good emotional moment, which I think like that got me. And even with like Johnny and Ben, I was kind of expecting more from Johnny though, like with his emotional reaction to her dying.
Yeah, he was just kind of like crying, I guess.
Maybe he was keeping it in. I don't know. Maybe that's what he felt like he had to do as a brother.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to nitpick one more time. When at the very beginning, when they're about to eat, he's like, the thing says to Johnny, you're just eating it with your bare hands.
Cereal?
Yeah, or something. And Johnny's like, they're clean, trust me.
Oh, whatever. He tells Johnny to wash his hands when he enters the kitchen. And he's like, they're clean. I had them in my gloves.
Yeah. See, that, I was like, annoying because Johnny Storm actually doesn't need to clean anything because he's on fire all the time. That kills all bacteria.
Oh.
That's a thing in the comics. I thought they were going to do that. I thought they were setting that up. And he's like, it's just a joke about wearing gloves. So that disappointed me.
I think you're thinking about it too much, man.
No, I'm thinking.
I get it, though.
No.
I get it.
This is the reason the movie sucks.
He says it as he pushes his glass.
This is the reason the movie sucks. Yep.
Okay, movie terrible because
I did like though their beginning interactions. Yes. Like Johnny gets a box of cereal and Ben's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat." He's like, "You're gonna ruin your appetite." Yeah. And then Reed comes in. He's like, "Why is there a cereal box at the dinner table?"
I need to clarify. Good. I'm not actually complaining about the
Let me be clear
about the joke. I just wanted to be annoying for a second.
You succeeded.
Jason.
You succeeded in that.
It doesn't hinder the movie in any way.
Jason has a passion for epidermal hygiene.
If only I could light myself on fire.
Please don't. Please don't try.
Epidermal hygiene.
I think it'd just be a really neat thing. Like imagine before dinner he kind of just whoosh.
That is cool.
then-
That would be so cool.
It'd be a very subtle. There's a reason I don't make movies though, because I'm not talented enough. But
You don't know
someone
that?
else does.
But you just had this idea.
Oh, so I should write a whole 2-hour epic, huh?
You never know. You never know.
Hand washing escapades.
Escapades.
It can be a Disney Plus miniseries just with Johnny. You know how like you had the Tow Mater miniseries? Just Johnny flaming his hands for different things, like gotta clean my hands.
About to do surgery.
I might skip that one. I skipped a lot of the Disney Plus shows. That's probably going to be one of them.
I am curious though. I would have really loved to see this version of Fantastic Four in a TV series, because I feel like with as much as you can cover with these characters, it would work really well with a series. Like spend the whole first season of them discovering Galactus, a couple episodes of them building these contraptions, then the last part of the season fighting Galactus. Like I feel like that could have been really fun, and especially with the director having a lot of TV experience, that would have been fun just to explore.
Would you accept
I would watch
an
it.
animated version with the same cast?
Um,
Or you think
I would be open to it, but
I like this. I'm glad this exists. I don't want to.
I'm happy. I'm happy with this.
He's like, stop trying to take my movie away. I don't want to give up my movie.
I am very happy with this live action version. This is by far my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I'm
Easily the best of the series of like the all Fantastic Four movies, which leads us to our guessing game segment.
Yes.
We are going to
Cue mid-century game show music.
we are going to rank the Fantastic Four movies by worldwide box office returns.
I guess if there's only 4 we're doing.
And there's only 4, so Fantastic Four,
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four,
Four,
Rise of the Silver
and
Surfer,
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, and then the Fantastic Four First Steps. So rank them in terms of
Two fantastic, two four.
which order. So none of y'all have gotten any of these
four.
correct so far.
In the history of.
But this one, there's only 4, so there's a good chance.
All right.
Last time
We did Karate Kid. We've done. I feel like we did Jurassic, or we did Jaws, maybe.
We did
No, we did
Superman.
Superman.
We did Superman. We've done a few of them.
We did,
We
We
might
gotta
have
do
done
a-
Jurassic Park.
We might have to
maybe.
do a supercut of all of our guessing games.
yeah,
A separate
yeah.
upload on the channel.
So get ready for the guessing games, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to rate these on worldwide box office returns. So who wants to go first?
You went first last time, Jason.
So that means you want to go first this time.
I'm going to give it a whirl first.
All right, Asher.
Give it a. There's no pun I can think of.
Starting
trying
with
to think of
4
one,
and
too.
going to 1. Number
So
Fantastic Four.
I think
1. I get it.
I think number 4. Oh snap! So I think number 4 would be the 2014 Fantastic Four. I think number 3 would be the first Fox Fantastic Four. I think number 2 would be Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, and I think number 1 would be the Fantastic Four: First Steps.
All right.
Okay.
Jason goes now.
Yeah,
Is-
I also want to clarify Fantastic Four came out in 2015.
Okay, 2015.
Yes.
My bad. I can't believe I forgot
Just
when
in
this
case you cared.
irrelevant movie.
So, yeah, Fantastic
There
Four was
goes me
05,
not
07,
fact checking Jason anymore.
all right. So
05, 07, 2015, 2025.
all right. At number 4, Fantastic Four. At number Fantastic Four
Fant Four Stick?
is Fant Four Stick.
Okay. Fant Four Stick. We're just going to call it that from now on.
Fant Four Stick. At number 3, I'm gonna go Rise of the Silver Dude. Okay, I don't like that look.
This is
You can't
ML
say surfer.
This
You
is
have to say dude.
MLA citation. Give appropriate titles.
Rise of the Silver Dude. At number 2, I'm gonna give. See, this isn't fair because it's not done yet. But at the end of the day, even if it's not there right now, it will be probably. I'm gonna say at number 2 is Fantastic Four. I can't think of anything stupid to say. First Steps.
You don't have to say anything stupid. You can just say the title of the movie. It's okay, buddy.
And then at number 1, I'm going to have to go with the original Fox Fantastic Four movie.
Mm.
All right. Nobody got it. Jason was so close.
Oh, no.
So you guys were both correct in that Fantastic is last place. $167 million worldwide.
That's actually worse than I thought.
$120 million budget. Coming in at third place, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yes.
$289 million worldwide. Coming in at second is Fantastic Four 2005.
You're telling me the new movie's already outgrossed?
That's what I'm talking about.
$333 million worldwide. And then number 1 is Fantastic Four: First Steps. $367 million in 2 weekends.
Let's go.
It's been 2 weekends and some change since it came out.
Tell me the budgets of the top 2, though.
$200 million for First Steps. So, and then only $87.5 million for it.
So Fox made more money.
It has a larger return so far, but think Fantastic Four: First Steps has been out for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah?
It still has a lot.
I've been around for like whatever 25 times 52 is weeks.
I'm happy for you, buddy. Have you made your budget back? Yeah. What was the budget for Jason?
I don't know.
I don't think you've made the $87.5 million back.
Whoa! I did not cost that many money.
That many money.
Anyways,
so there you go. Fantastic Four: First Steps already the highest grossing Fantastic Four movie of all time.
Rightly deserved.
Probably not if you adjust for inflation, but it'll pass that soon.
Everyone a part of this movie
because of the results.
No, I was certain that by the end of the run it would be the number 1 movie.
Number 1 by the end of the run.
Well, I guess you guys both did the same. You guys were both.
No, he said Rise of the Silver Dude was 2.
Yeah,
but he got the first one. He got the top one right.
I got the top. I got
2 out of 4.
Yeah, we got 2 out of Fantastic Four.
You just had 4 and 3. You had 4 and 3 right. You had 4 and 1 right. So.
Wait, no, I got 2 right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You had 4 and 1 correct.
I had 4 and 3.
You had 4 and 3 correct.
Wait. What?
You had the first pick right and the fourth pick right.
I said Jason was
4 and
close.
1. I thought you were like giving ratios, like 4 and 1, 4 and 3. I was like, what are you saying?
And the reason why I said Jason was so close because he got the first 2 correct. I was like, oh man, is he gonna get this? And then he.
And I was close. My logic was there, but I was.
Yes, and that was the trick. Is the new one has already made them more because I had a feeling you would overthink it. You'd be like, well, technically, it hasn't been out very long. But no, yeah, it's already.
I strike you with lightning. I strike you with lightning.
All right,
Why did you repeat yourself?
I
was hoping that if I said it twice, it would happen.
Oh my goodness!
You do not strike. I'm a lightning rod. I'm made of 100% metal, so it does not affect me.
Wait, lightning rods attract lightning.
I absorb it and then I shoot it back.
No, that's not what lightning. They suck it into the ground. Whatever, man.
Okay, let's just. we gotta give this thing a rating.
Do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I give it a.
Technically,
I give it
we don't
a
have to.
Fantastic 4.
No.
I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh.
Here's the thing. I thought it was fantastic. I'm so stupid.
You said it. I didn't say it. Jason said it. Not me. Not Asher. It was Jason that said it with his own mouth.
I'm composed.
Now that you are composed, you can give us a rating for the movie.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, because you're the one that's
I
causing a ruckus over here.
I give it.
No, you can't give it a Fantastic 4 out of 10.
Okay. No.
Unless you actually think it's a 4 out
No,
of 10.
I don't.
His answer's locked in.
Or
You
a
can't
4 out of
change
5.
it.
I don't. I did give it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd, but my true rating was a 7.5.
Why not just give it a...
You can't do a 7.5 on Letterboxd.
I mean, you could do like a...
You can do a 7 and you can do an 8.
You can't do like a 3 point whatever.
Well, a 3.5 star is a 7.
Yeah, so...
And a 4 star is an 8.
Anyway.
But I thought the movie leaned more towards better than bad. So I give it a 4-star, right? That's how I kind of... Letterboxd is so restricting, but it's the only place I can write all my reviews
It's like it puts you in a box.
of letters. I thought it was fantastic.
Asher, you're not allowed to say fantastic as your word. If you do, I'm leaving.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay, let me 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I think I already explained earlier kind of what my hangups are with the movie. And I know I was like criticizing Thunderbolts, but between the 3 MCU movies that came out this year, I think it would be Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and I would never watch Captain America ever again. So that,
Interesting.
I guess it makes my top 3 Marvel movies of 2025 because it has no choice. But yeah, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. I think a lot of people are going to prefer Fantastic Four, and I understand why.
Fantastic.
I think I definitely understand why you would rather watch Fantastic Four over Thunderbolts. But to me, Thunderbolts just does a lot right. Not that Fantastic Four doesn't do a lot right, because it also does a lot right. But yeah, I think I explained what my hangups are. We've kind of gone over why the movie is really good too, as a whole. I don't need to elaborate. It was fantastic.
Nice.
A nice safe rating. 7.5.
That's on the lower end of movies we
make
reviewed.
a bold statement with your life for a change, Jason.
That's
Just
literally
say a 1 or a 10.
I will never say a 10. Never.
No, yeah, that's fair. I think that's a fair rating.
Can I go last?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
you
sure,
googling
Asher.
words?
Yeah, sure, Asher.
Yeah, sure.
Of course, sir, Asher.
No. I would give this a... I'm not going to give it a Fantastic Four, Jason. This is people... I'm gonna go 8 out of 10 for this one.
8 out of 10. What did you give?
I was like 7 out of 10 before the review, before we started talking, but then I just liked it.
Realized he actually likes the movie.
I like the movie more after we discussed it in depth than I do as fresh raw reaction.
Did you? What did you give Thunderbolts? You gave it like a 7, didn't you?
I can't remember. 7.5, something like that. So if we're ranking,
2025.
yeah, I would go
Marvel
Fantastic
movies.
Four, Thunderbolts, and then Captain Schmamerica. Cowardly old planet. It's the opposite of brave new world.
He was trying to do something you do.
Lieutenant Mexico.
Lieutenant Mexico.
That's so stupid. I'm gonna shut up. Asher. Lieutenant Mexico.
No.
Here's the thing.
This is kind of hard. I have like a few words, but
You can, believe it or not, you're not restricted to a singular word. I don't think. Oh,
No, you're not. You get to do it.
which, by the way, there's going to be a point where I need to search the words I've used because I don't want to reuse words.
I used to write them down, but I stopped after like the 4th movie.
Looks like I'm
stopped.
gonna have to write them down myself.
All right. Go for it.
So I would say this is hard. Let me look up a synonym for this one word I'm thinking of. I got to synonym it.
Flummoxed out of 10.
Okay. Delightful out of 10.
Okay.
Delightful.
Yeah.
That's a new one. You've never said that one.
Nope.
That's
I'm trying to be fresh every time. Like I don't want to reuse.
He hasn't reused a word yet. It's a new one every time, man.
All right. I never said it would. Chill out.
Delightful out of 10. Main reasons being the production design and artistic style of this movie was knocked out of the park, and I just ate it up.
Yeah.
I loved it. From the costume design to the sets to the visuals, the color, the music, the characters were great. Everything felt like, well, I don't want to say everything. Just with that type of style and theme they were going for, I think they really knocked it out of the park. And I think it fit the Fantastic Four really well. And especially with the Fantastic Four being introduced like in the 1960s, originally in the comics, I think just very fitting. The characters were delightful to watch together. I really enjoyed their performances. I liked that they had depth and that they weren't just, we weren't just relying on entertainment of them fighting. Like they had stories to get into and they had, chemistry. And I would say those are my main things. And especially with just like how superhero movies have been lately, especially just Marvel movies and even DC movies. This was just a very fresh and delightful experience because it was so unique. Even from like the opening logo, like crawl, or the opening logo animation, like they styled it after this overall aesthetic, and then they kept that as their through line throughout the whole thing. And so I just really appreciated their commitment to the style and their commitment to the tone of the movie, and I think they did really good with it, and so that made it really delightful for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We have 8, 7.5, and delightful out of 10. There you go. So, yeah, you can find us on all of the internets.
All of the internet.
Except for Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
We don't have those, but we have Insta. We got the YouTubes.
Got the Tiki-Talk.
We got the Tiki-Talkie.
Spotify and Apple.
Gmail.
We got the Gmail.
If you wanted,
There's not really content on the Gmail, but you can email us.
Smash Gmail.
Smash Compose New.
Yeah. Smash Compose. Anyway. So make sure you follow us on those. And also, comment. Please tell us what you thought of the movie. Tell us what you think of our thoughts of the movie. Be nice. You don't have to be nice to Jason, but you be nice to me.
I just ask that you be honest with me.
No, I'm just kidding. Be nice, but also be honest. Be honestly nice and nicely honest. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. We're going to do a news episode at some point.
We're kind of switching it.
Oh, this is our last episode in this set, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next time the set will be new.
The set will be different. Might not be finished, but it will be different.
It'll be not this one.
Yeah, so, we're excited about that for episode 23. We're going to talk all things movie news.
End of summer.
It will be a lot of fun.
We're coming up on our year anniversary.
Yeah, we've almost been doing this a year. It's crazy. We made it this far.
We got, it'll be fun to maybe do something to celebrate for the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, we're also going to take a break from superheroes.
Woo!
Which is, I think, good for all of us.
The summer of superheroes has concluded.
Yeah,
So-
I was kind of superheroed out after watching Fantastic Four, but I still enjoyed it.
Fantastic Four.
You were delighted.
I was
I was
delighted.
delighted indeed. I was 8 out of 10.
I was 7.5.
All right. Well, this has been the On the Slate Movie Podcast. We are your hosts, Wesley.
Jason.
And Dasher.
And that's going to do it. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.